What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you are looking at a very cool and special truck. And I'm a big fan of this truck. So, I know a lot of folks will watch my channel and they'll say, this is big truck, big RV. This is certainly not what you would consider to be a big truck. But it is a very, very cool truck in many ways because it offers so many great features that I think a lot of people were looking at in a truck this size. And they've done it very well. So this is the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier, and it's equipped with just about every conceivable feature you can throw in one of these. And I'm really excited to be able to review this for the next week and give you my impressions on what it's like, outside of a media filming environment. Because I know a lot of folks saw the videos that I did out in Salt Lake City at the actual Nissan Drive event for media, and they set it up in all sorts of different ways, and we got to do quite a few really crazy things, including a pretty insane off-road course where we were pretty much going up the side of a mountain. So if you didn't check those videos out, please go back and check them out. But Nissan sent me this truck for a week so I could give you guys my personal impressions of what it's like to have this truck on my own outside of that, media inspired environment. So we're going to spend time with this thing and see what it's all about. So real quick, let's go ahead and get all the specs and numbers and stuff out of the way because I think a lot of people are probably interested in knowing what this truck's all about. So the starting MSRP in one of these is about $28,140. It comes with a V6. It's a 3.8 liter V6 that produces 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. It has a maximum towing capacity of 6,720 pounds. Now that will be dictated by the specific truck that you have. Not all trucks will be able to haul that magical 6,720 pounds. The maximum payload capacity on one of these is up to 1,610 pounds. And again, that is going to be dictated by the specific configuration that you get the truck in. We'll specifically look at the door sticker on this truck so you can know how this truck is configured and what the maximum cargo capacity is for it. But from a towing perspective, you can expect the maximum towing capacity of the truck that you're looking at in front of you to be right around 6,400 pounds, maybe a little bit less than that. And that's mainly because the accessories and everything else that have added onto this truck, plus the fact that it is a crew cab truck and not a king cab truck. If this was a king cab truck, the capacity would be a little bit higher in terms of towing capacity and payload capacity because the overall weight of the truck would be less. Now at the back end of this is going to have a class 4 2-inch receiver, so it's going to be able to accept most of your hitches that you might put back here, but you're definitely going to want to be cautious of, what you put over the back of this truck. I like that this truck is equipped with the rear step as well, so this is just a far more convenient way of stepping up into either the tailgate when you are outside of the truck, basically just like that. Makes it very, very easy. They're not the only truck that utilizes a step like this on the corner of the bumper, but I always do enjoy when I see trucks with this because it does make accessing the bed of the truck far, far easier. It has that very, very nice little tie-down system, track system back here as well, so you have the ability to pretty much tie down whatever you need back here. And something else that is really convenient is you have this grab handle here to help you get inside of the truck whenever you want to utilize the step here. All you have to do is come up to it, push it out like that, lift it up, and now you have a really convenient handle whenever you're trying to step up. Basically, you put your shoe right here, grab the handle, and work your way on up to the truck. So very nice slow opening tailgate. They give you really, really nice wheels on this truck. I think the overall look of this truck is fantastic. Plus you have this really cool kind of rollover bar right here. It's kind of a trail runner inspired off-road roll bar across the back with an LED light strip that's integrated into it. So that is very, very cool. Coming around to the bed, again, you have additional tie downs. You have 4 of them, plus you have some LED bed lights right there. And you also have a 110 jack right here, which is really, really nice. That's a feature I wish my truck had. And I know it's probably becoming more and more available on newer trucks. But again, I really wish that I had that feature, mainly to charge battery packs, things like that, whenever you're in the back of the truck. Or if you want to run like a small sound system or something if you're out working. Nice easy lift tailgate. The thing weighs hardly anything when you're lifting it up. That's courtesy of a torsion rod in there that helps you lift it. Coming around to the side, you all probably remember at the display that we had over there, these really cool step sides that double as rock sliders. And the way you do that is you simply use the Allen head key or your Torx key to remove the steps themselves, and then you have some nice rock slides going down the side in case you go over some really crazy stuff. You have tow hooks nicely tucked underneath, but also protruding out slightly so you can get at them at better angles if you are stuck and you need to utilize them. That's a feature that I wish some manufacturers hadn't removed from their trucks, such as one of their top competing brands in terms of their full-size truck. The front looks great. I really think that this truck looks amazing. I think they did a fantastic job redesigning this truck. Even though the power plant in it is a carryover from the 2020 model, the 2021, mixing that new power plant with this new truck, I think makes a perfect package. Super quiet, super comfortable. I just had a lot of fun spending time in this truck when we were down there at the Sundance Resort south of Salt Lake City. But very, very nice setup here. You can see I got a little wheel articulation going on over here because of the angle I'm pulled over this little mound at, but very cool. Let's step inside real quick. All right, so stepping inside this truck, you got power windows, power door locks. You have a power driver seat. Nice molded floor mats down here at the bottom. Plus you have all your light controls over here. You have a nice infotainment system up front. Okay, now we're inside. Push button start, which is also very nice. Here is your 9-inch display. I like the red design here in the center of the steering wheel. I think that stands out very well. Looks very aesthetically appealing. You have all your steering wheel controls. The steering wheel in this truck feels very high-end. It feels like something you'd normally see in a higher-end luxury SUV, so that's really nice. The navigation system itself, all of this really stands out, and it speaks to a lot of the technology you're now able to get in trucks like this that you just couldn't get in the past. So I'm going to close the door. So with the door closed, we can focus in on a few other things, such as all of your automatic air conditioning controls down here. You have a heated steering wheel, you have heated seats up front, you have a USB-C port right here, and a standard USB jack right here, parking sensors, standard center console shifter. Very nice. This is a dual zone air conditioning system, which is also, again, something you just typically didn't see on these mid-size pickup trucks. Up front, again, with this huge display. Very nice, high gloss, well integrated into the dash. You know, the whole point of this segment is just to let you know that I feel like I'm in a much nicer vehicle than you might normally think when it comes to these compact mid-size pickup trucks. It just has a good feel inside. You know, the way I like to kind of equate this is sometimes you get into some really cheap vehicles and they feel cheap. You close the door, you take them for a drive, you go over bumps, everything just feels cheap. One of those things I talked about multiple times at the Nissan event was how this feels more like a luxury SUV, how it feels more like a more expensive vehicle on the inside. Sounds are dampened very well. The overall feel of the truck from the inside feels more like an SUV than a pickup truck, and it certainly doesn't feel like it is a economy pickup truck. So you're getting a lot for your money in terms of what they provide and what's optional in this type of a truck. It's harder plastics up here, but this kind of appears to be a softer touch material even though it's not. Camera perspective, this is going to have all sorts of cameras. Nissan kind of pioneered the camera everywhere mentality, or your surround camera. So you have your back, your sides, and your front. It also defaults to your back camera whenever you're in reverse. If you're in drive and you switch on camera, it switches to your front camera. Oh, there's one of your side cameras. Very nice. So you have good visibility all around the vehicle. And again, another feature that you just never really expected to see on these smaller pickup trucks. Nice leather interior. This has the ProX embroidery with that little tired tread design going through the center. We'll get in the back seat here real quick so you can see what it looks like from there. Okay, looking at the back seat area, not the most amount of space. I mean, it's probably what you would anticipate when it comes to this size of truck. You know, it's certainly enough for most average size adults to fit in. Not going to be terribly comfortable. You know, this seat is in my normal seated position and my knees are just touching the back of it right here. If I moved the driver's seat up a little bit, I'd have a little bit more room, but then I'd be a little bit more confined up front, if that makes sense. You have USB, USB-C, plus a 120 volt power outlet back here. This seat is really, really far back and reclined. Obviously, while they delivered this, there was a passenger up here. But yeah, you could easily fit smaller kids back here, but when it comes to taller adults, it's going to be pretty tight. That was one of those areas when I talked about this truck originally. I said, you know what, maybe they could have taken a few inches from the bed and reinvested it in this area right here. Then you would have really crossed over from folks who may have been looking at an SUV to possibly looking at a truck like this. But with this space back here, if you got bigger kids, if you got adults that need to sit in the back, it's just not that comfortable of a space, to be honest. Looking up top, you have a sunroof up top, not a panoramic sunroof, which I am completely fine with that because I'm not a huge fan of panoramic sunroofs, to be honest with you. You got pockets in the back of the seats. Let's flip the seats up to see what the storage looks like underneath. Okay, so I can't flip that seat up because there's a subwoofer underneath it, but I can certainly come back here to this side and you have a handle here. Let me put the camera down real quick so you can see what I'm about to do. Okay, once you flip that handle up, the seat goes up. This is pretty cool. They give you a backpack under the seat. What's inside of this backpack? Wow, they give you a whole care kit back here. This is pretty cool. Give you a flashlight, some gloves, zip ties, a tire pump. Let's see what's in here. Some little side strobe lights in case you're stranded somewhere. A roll of duct tape. Wow, so they give you a little survival kit back here, which is pretty awesome, to be frank. Plus they give you an adventure medical kit as well. You know, you might think some of this stuff is, I don't know, a little gimmicky, but the fact is, if you need any of it and you have it, you're going to be thankful that you had it. You know, I got a couple stories I could tell you about situations where you put something in your vehicle, you never thought you'd use it, but then all of a sudden you needed it, and you really needed that thing that you put in your vehicle. That's very cool. Well, we're going to wrap the video up for today. I hope you guys liked the quick overview of this truck and some of the specs and details. Like I said, I'm actually a big fan of this. And, you know, there are former Frontier owners that are out there that have had trucks for, shoot, forever. And they will claim it's one of the best trucks they've ever had. And then there's people who just don't trust Nissan for one reason or another, just like every manufacturer. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm reviewing a Ford or a Chevy or a Ram. A lot of folks will come on and, you know, they had a bad experience 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatnot with a different type of vehicle, but it ruined that entire brand for them. I can be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect whenever I had an opportunity to start reviewing these new Nissan Frontiers several months ago. Shoot, I think the first one I reviewed was about 9 months ago. But the fact is, I'm very pleased with what they've done. I spent a tremendous amount of time in one of these up in Salt Lake City, and we went through some really hardcore stuff, just time and time again, and the truck came out feeling very good, solid, and reliable. And I can honestly say I'm really impressed with these trucks. So, you know, we're gonna have it for a week so you guys have an opportunity to see how I feel about this truck whenever we're done with it and they come to pick it up. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. Please take a second, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very soon.